You got the Slipknot shirt on, man. Do you remember like when music first started coming into your life, dance music aside?
Um, Man, I don't think I was like too young. I think it was when I was in like middle school. I was into like other shit before that, like
Yeah.
fucking all like stupid pop shit. But then I remember in middle school, I started meeting some friends who were into stuff, and I started getting really into classic rock, really into like all that stuff. And I remember going to the public library and I would copy every CD I could. Just had this massive collection of CDs. I was constantly listening to like old school shit. And then I kind of moved on to like classic rap, like Nas, shit like that. And I
Yeah.
got into like metal. I still love metal. I listen to metal all the time. Like Slipknot, System of a Down. Those guys are really influential. And yeah, then I just kind of grew from there. And then I remember I was introduced, I think it was also in middle school, to like Pendulum and the
Yeah.
Chemical Brothers and
Yes.
Moby. And I was like,
Yes.
oh, whoa, this shit is so dope.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, this other group called the Future Sound of London. I don't know, most people haven't heard of them. They were like this crazy, trippy, progressive kind of stuff. And I just got really into electronic music. And yeah, I think that's kind of where it all started. And yeah, like since then, I've kind of just been really into electronic music way more than anything else.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you. But the foundations are what brought you to this moment, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy when you're young and like your friends are showing you music. You're like, it's like how, children can learn a new language easier when you're like developing your brain. So influenced by music, dude. Like, I'm right there with you, man. I loved rap music, like Notorious B.I.G. And I'm literally like some white kid living in rural Indiana. Like,
From the
why am I
Midwest. Yeah.
why am I listening to Many Men by 50 Cent on the bus in seventh grade? Like, who do I think I am? I don't have a hard life. But like, just to say that like the power of music, especially during that time, it sounds like we're the same exact age. It's so influential. Did you have any friends that were like, dude, dance music is the shit, electronic music is the shit? Because I didn't have many, and it took me a long time to really fall in love with it, actually.
Yeah, I didn't have many either. All I had is like this one guy I knew whose brother was into Moby and was
Oh yeah.
constantly showing us this stuff.
Yeah.
And we were just like fucking little kids like smoking weed. And we'd go up to his room and he'd play it. And I was just like, whoa, this is so sick. But yeah, so it was kind of a little bit of that. And I think that's kind of where I started to just kind of do my own thing and really try and like figure out just find as much of it as I could. It was in the early electronic days, it was interesting. Like even up and through like high school and college, I really felt like I kind of like knew just about everything that was out there, like
Yeah.
the early dubstep stuff. Like I was on top of like almost every artist. And these days it's like, dude, you could never keep track of all of it.
No, it's wild too. Like during that time, I remember when Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites came out. That was just like we were talking about Skrillex before. You didn't know what you were listening to. I didn't know what to do, but it definitely did something to you. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? And it was like during that time where I realized, like, okay, this electronic music shit is like wild. And I don't know what's going to happen in the future with it, but I just became so obsessed with the energy that it brought. And then you start going to festivals. And I mean, that's where it started for me. I went to an Avicii show when I was in college, and I was like, yeah, and I don't even fucking give a fuck. I don't care how cliche that is. That shit literally brought me to here. I mean, do you remember like the moment where you're like, okay, I love this music, but I think I want to actually do this?
um yeah, well, there was one time, I don't know, there've been a few times like that, I
Yeah, for
think,
sure.
where I was like at a festival or something and I was watching an artist perform and I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
I could do that. But it kind of took the right life circumstance where I kind of had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a few like this one time I was at what was that festival? Tomorrow World is the
Yeah.
one
In
that's in the
Georgia.
US. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was there and I was like just kind of chilling, watching Zed do his thing. And I was like, God, dude, I feel like I could fucking do that. That's just
Fuck
not seem
yeah.
that. Yeah. It's harder than it looks, turns out. But
Yes.
but yeah. So there's been a couple times. What about you?
Dude, I mean, honestly, I was lucky enough to travel abroad to Barcelona when I was in college.
Sick.
And it just really like, I was just so taken back by like what the DJ is there versus like in the US. You know, like the DJ that I experienced was the Avicii of the show with all the kids jumping up and down. The DJ over there is like the creator, the master, like he's the holder of the peace and the hell and like everything. And the people like didn't even have to know he was there, but what they were doing was just amazing. And I just truly fell in love with it. And I had been into DJing a little bit before. Like I just got some bullshit tractor controller from a friend that gave it to me. And I remember while I was abroad, downloading songs that I was hearing, gearing up to go back to the US so I could start DJing. Cause I had that moment like you where I was like, I got to do this. I think I can do this. And it just became like a quick obsession. And when I got back, I started DJing at IU, and I was lucky enough. There's a lot of opportunity there, opening for people like Blau and Audion. And then I came to Chicago trying to continue it. And they were like, get in line, dude. And I was like, oh, right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, dude. There was a lot of people doing it. I think when we started, and there's even more now. Which is cool. You know, I think it contributes. And but yeah, it's competitive. It's tough.
Man, do I love Sherm in the booth. Oh, hey, I think you do too. Hope you enjoyed that piece of content. If you're looking for more, make sure to go to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any upcoming Sherm in the Booth interviews, live sets, new music, exclusive artist interviews, Sherm's Word, sub pack reviews, and more. This is your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. Cheers.